And today we're going to talk about charismatic leaders. I get this question a lot. Do I need to be charismatic as a leader? And most oftentimes I get it from the persons or people that believe they don't have the personality to lead. And I'm here to tell you something. We're going to address this question so we can put it to rest. And we're going to integrate a little bit of theory and a little bit of practice, and a little bit of real life reality on when and where and how people should lead charismatically. So without further ado, I'm going to drop some knowledge on you from the School of Deptula. Are you ready? Here we go. Free verse Fridays, bkdleaders.com. Do leaders need to be charismatic? That is the question that we'll address in this session. So many leaders emit personalities that glow, but the answer is no. And yes. Sometimes leaders need to be more charismatic and other times less. Once I explain, it'll take away the pain in your brain of trying to figure when you need to make your personality bigger. To be charismatic, you must resemble the plight. Be in the fight with those you seek to lead and bleed with them and for them as you attempt to hem the rip in the fabric of their life. Be willing to sacrifice your own self. Take the bullhorn off the shelf and scream aloud, "This will be our finest hour, when I will use all my power to make good, and you should join in our fight to make things right." You see, people need their leaders to act charismatically during a crisis, when something happens that ignites this world or community or a business aflame. There's no time to cast blame. Lives are at stake, and it's not a game. Inside someone, right from the heart, a leader needs to come out at the start. The charismatic leader truly believes they can create change, and to do that, they need the full range of leadership, knowledge, skills, and abilities. A charismatic leader sees the forest through the trees, uses rhetoric, causing their audience to reflect on larger themes such as unity, harmony, fighting a mutual enemy, and charisma lies in the eyes of the beholder. And when that fire is out, let your charisma smolder. The charismatic leader steps up at the great risk of personal peril, oftentimes looking down the barrel of a no-win situation. But they leap out without hesitation to the front of the crowd, shouting out loud, "I want to lead, I am proud to be one of you. I'll be the glue that holds us together through stormy weather. Jump on my back and let's get moving ahead. The past is dead. Let's get out of the red." As a rule, the charismatic leader's number one tool is to pull on the heartstrings and emotions, using oceans and oceans of concern and empathy and caring, letting followers know they too are sharing in the suffering. Simultaneously, they are buffering and protecting and selecting the best options to advance our collective chance at getting out of this mess with more, not less. Do not confuse leading charismatically with having a charismatic personality. Being witty, warm, and charming does not mean a person can lead when something is alarming, maybe even harming the people and organizations they seek to protect. Without courage or motivation to lead, a mere friendly person may neglect to step up and be courageous during moments when their hope and optimism needs to be contagious. Having a charismatic personality makes a person socially desirable, attractive, admirable, and maybe even personally, professionally hireable. But personal charisma is not an indicator of valor or a desire to put out a fire during an emergency when everyone else has turned to flee. Now there's danger also in putting too much trust in a charismatic madame or fellow. People can use their charisma for evil, convincing others of social, racial, and religious upheaval. Infatuated with a magnetic personality causes some folks to follow blindly, shamefully, human atrocity, with genocide and cleansing of an ethnicity. Be careful not to be cruel and check for a balance of power. during the hour when you're called out to do something to another that you wouldn't do to your spouse, children, sister, brother, or mother. To conclude, here's some food for thought. You need not to be perceived as a leader charismatically if you do or do not have a charismatic personality. You do need to make a stand and lead folks to the promised land. When the moment is right, stand up and fight. Be a shining light and a beacon of hope that says, nope, I will not quit. My leadership is legit. I am your leader. I am here to stay. Ain't no way I'm giving in. So let's begin the hard work of healing and feeling whole once again. And that is the end. Thanks for tuning in.